just realized that I haven't done a video on the anxious preoccupied in like a long time, probably because it's the least common attachment style I see in my practice. The majority of people I see think that they're anxious preoccupied, but they're actually fearful avoidant. So let me give you a little rundown on the difference. Anxious preoccupied people usually had a childhood where they could point to their parents and say, I was loved. I had parents that were in a decent relationship and they got along really well and they showed me love, affection, and emotional attunement. But usually when I dig deeper with them, I find out that there was something going on that took their parents' attention away from them so that their emotional attunement and affection was too intermittent. It didn't happen consistently enough for them to feel safe in the attachment. It could be something like, mom had to go back to work and she wasn't around as much, or grandma got sick and moved in and took the attention away from the children. Sometimes it can be common in big families where kids don't get as much individual attention as they should. I'm not knocking big families, I'm just telling you the risks. With 4 kids, I know that is challenging for myself. Because there was intermittent reinforcement of this love, affection, and emotional attunement, where sometimes they felt like their needs were met by their caregivers and sometimes they felt kind of abandoned. That's where the fear of abandonment comes from. It's like, well, I got my needs met one time, so I got to figure out how to get it met the next time. Intermittent reinforcement not only causes anxiety, it causes addiction. And anxious, preoccupied folks get addicted to people. They just do. And so they tend to be serial monogamists, where they kind of jump from one relationship to the next. Inside of relationships, to avoid the fear of abandonment, they often avoid conflict. Yes, they avoid conflict. When it starts to go south, they do a fawn response, like say, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I shouldn't have brought this up. You're right, I'm wrong. So they essentially drop their boundaries, become very boundaryless inside of relationships. They can be extremely codependent, and they prefer co-regulation, which is their partner to come in and soothe them, versus self-regulation, which is soothing yourself. They tend to also hold things in a flight response when they're upset, which is really panicking and worrying on the inside, but being too afraid to share. If this is you and you would like some help, I can help you. I can help you overcome this attachment anxiety so that you can be in a relationship where you don't experience fear and panic and worry when you feel any space in a relationship or when there's conflict. And I want you to be with a partner that can truly love you and meet your needs like you deserve. So visit me at my website, thedatingdecoder.com, soon to be thelovedoc.com, and you can use code LOVE14 through the rest of the month now. I've decided to extend it for the rest of the month because it's the month of love.